Hi everyone, welcome back to the FI Journeyman YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to cover the latest distribution announcement by UMAX on their Group B payers as well as their weekly payers option income ETFs. So today is the August 13 and this was just released a few hours ago. Let's take a look. So this is the full list of the option income ETFs that has announced their distributions for this week. Again, I'm going to focus on ULTY, which is the Ultra Options Income ETF. So for this week, we are getting a distribution per share of $0.1006, which is approximately 10 cents, same as last week as well as the week before. And this will pay out on the 15th of August. All right, so today is the 13th of August. Tomorrow is the X date, which is 14 August, and the day after tomorrow is 15 August, which is the payment date that you should be expecting to receive the distribution into your brokerage account. So yeah, I'm very happy that ULTY managed to maintain their distribution. Extremely happy about that. For those of you all who are invested in other option income ETFs in the Group B series, feel free to take a look. I was previously invested in NVD as well as PLTY. It was my mistake to sell out PLTY because for this month's distributions, they are giving $7.49. And I used to have 140 shares of PLTY. That would mean about $749 of distribution. Unfortunately, I have sold it. So I think this is just showing that we should always be very clear on what we want and what we do not want. So that time I didn't have enough conviction on PLTY, that's why I sold it. Yeah, but it turns out that PLTY had an amazing distribution this month. So yeah, I do make mistakes sometimes. I'm not invincible, so just a lesson to take note of. Okay, let's take this distribution for ULTY and put it into my spreadsheet and see how much gains that I'm getting for this week. So let's remember this number. 0.1006. Okay, so this is the spreadsheet. Let me just adjust this value. It should be 0.1006 instead of 1002. Okay, so that would be approximately $694, which is more than last week. And the reason is because I've added more ULTY shares over the past week. I added another 300 ULTY shares, and that will give me a total of 694 in terms of the gross amount of distributions that I'm getting. So, of course, I'm a non-US tax resident, so I am subjected to a 30% dividend withholding tax. Then that works out to be a net value of $485.90. And this brings us a total distribution received from ULTY of approximately $2,000.65. My average price for ULTY is 6.28, total of 6,900 shares, and the current price of ULTY is about 6.1. So I do have a unrealized paper loss of about 1.2k. So if you calculate that, if you take the paper loss into account, then the total profit on ULTY is $823. So you may think that this is not much, right? Given that I've invested in this fund for approximately 1 month, but I would like to, remind everyone that when investing in option income ETFs, it's important to stay the course and think long term. Try not to go in and out frequently because the results will accumulate. All right. So, for example, right now I'm just getting a total profit of $823. But assuming if the share price stays the same at this level, every week I'll be getting additional 400 plus in terms of the net amount, and all this will add up very quickly. Every week, additional 400 plus, additional 400 plus. The total return will be a very good one. So aim to at least hold the option income funds for at least 1 to 2 years. That in that way you get back your you as well as your principal. After a few years, you definitely get back your principal. And then from there, choose whether you want to continue to stay invested or reinvest the dividends, or you want to withdraw out your initial principal and let the rest run on house. So after 1 or 2 years, you will have more options. So as I'm just starting with this strategy, I'll definitely give it some time to run. Do not be flaky. I've seen some other YouTubers already becoming flaky and selling out their ULTY funds after experiencing a dip. Again, I would like to remind everyone, please, uh, you know, do your own due diligence and research. Look at the charts. Look at the past performance of the fund, and yeah, just make sure to know what you're getting into. So I also recently stumbled across another YouTube channel talking about this guy who invests in option income ETFs, and he views it as a form of annuity, which I think is quite a cool concept. Basically, an annuity is some sort of a plan or a fund that pays you perpetually. So you can, think of it, this option income fund as that. So even though if let's say the principal decreases and there's NAV erosion, the fund will still continue to pay you out as long as the underlying exists. The option income strategy can still be utilized on the fund and it will continue paying you out. So this is quite an interesting concept to think of. But then again, I'm still quite confident with ULTY given that there is downside measures such as the put options on the underlying. So I believe that the downside will be capped for ULTY. So you gotta just let time play out for this. All right. So with that, I'll end this off. And remember again, nothing here is investment advice. Always exercise your own due diligence and research before engaging the markets. Yep. I'll see you guys in the next one.